Hitachi Data Systems technology delivers a business-defined approach for IT infrastructure. The Communications Commission of Kenya, CCK, rebrands into the Communications Authority of Kenya. Your idea of a smartphone is set to be revolutionized through the unveiling of the great TECNO Phantom Z. Something to look forward to. We will be introducing to you the new LG G Watch, a magical new wrist-based operating system. And on Tech Today, we meet Adil Youssefi, the new CEO at Airtel Kenya, where he will talk about his new position and the way forward for his company.
CIO News with Julie Elizabeth.
With the announcement of exciting new technology that is set to accelerate customer success with business-defined IT, customers are set to gain the most available, automated and agile IT environment required for today's dynamic business needs. David Kiprono was at the Hitachi Data Systems Corporation event and filed the following report.
Hitachi Data Systems Corporation recently announced exciting new technologies to accelerate customer success with business-defined IT. Dubbed Continuous Cloud Infrastructure, this foundation can drive IT efficiency through responsive, software-rich architecture that can quickly react to changing needs without continual redesign and disruption. CIO sat down with Bob Plumbridge, the company's Chief Technology Officer, and Delano Kilo Longway, the Territory Sales Account Manager, and this is what they had to say.
Because of our experience and because of what we bring to the table, we're actually able to help many organizations leapfrog the traditional troubles and trials that businesses would go through trying to make their build up their IT infrastructure. What we have seen over the past couple of years in Kenya is a lot of attempts which ended up mostly in silos, where things did not really work together or not perfectly as planned. And because of our broad range of experience, including some of our new converged solutions, we're able to bridge that gap and actually help organizations to leapfrog in terms of technology. We found that the local Kenyan market is a very hungry market. The Kenyan market has a huge appetite. I think if we look at the foundations of the Kenyan market, it is very commercial in nature. And with the innovations such as mobile money that we've seen in this market, it's a market that is very hungry to grow. It's a very business-hungry market. And because of that, in alignment with what Hitachi offers as solutions, we found that the reception has been very good. In fact, it's a growing appetite that we see for this local market, especially as more and more people become knowledgeable about what we are able to offer on the ground.
I think you don't get into business with over 80% of the world's biggest companies if what you're offering is not of value to them. They see value in what we do, they see benefits in what we do, they see how we're willing to work with them as partners. So I think that's been one of the other big changes over the years, is with our long-term customers, we've moved from being just a supplier to being a partner. So when they're looking at deploying new projects, new services, they will come to us and ask us, can we help them? Rather than just send us a list of equipment that they'd like to buy from us. So that relationship really does change, and that benefits us because we get to see what they're doing, what they're developing, what their requirements are. We're able to feed that information back into our own product development cycles, so we know that what we're developing for the next generation is going to meet those customers' business needs for the future. So I'd like to think it's a very much a two-way street, if you like. They have benefits of knowing us and trusting us and hopefully understanding what we do and seeing us as a valued long-term partner, and we get early insight into what they need to run their business for the next 5, 10, 20 years.
Hitachi Data Systems' new class-leading technologies come to the market with integration across virtualization platforms, databases, and a variety of clustering and operating system platforms that can quickly be adapted to support a variety of workloads. With this technology, customers can plan for a significantly longer useful life because of its ready adaptation to changing business needs without the pain and expense of constant technology replacements.
There's a new watchdog in town for Kenya's information and communications sector. With the recent rebranding of the Communications Commission of Kenya, CCK, into the Communications Authority of Kenya, its mandate has expanded to include the regulation of broadcast content. Our reporter Kaome Kaibunga has more.
It's a new dawn for the ICT sector. The Communications Commission of Kenya was recently rebranded into the Communications Authority of Kenya.
Transformation of the public sector, an initiative that will help us realize a digital registry ecosystem, better intelligence for national security, and a more service-oriented culture.
ICTs continue to make inroads in many other sectors and positively contribute to the economy.
With the transformation of the CCK to now the CAK, I believe we will see faster growth and more innovation in the industry.
The government, through the Ministry of ICT, have several initiatives including connecting all counties with a fiber optic network that will continue to increase access to ICTs. The authority's Director General, Francis Wangusi, highlighted that the sector had attracted 33 billion shillings worth of investment and more than 133 billion in revenue annually.
We are committed to enhancing internet security in Kenya through the implementation of the operations of the Kenya Computer Incident Response Team Coordination Center and the National Public Key Infrastructure facilities that you have unveiled today.
The event also saw the official unveiling of the Kenya Computer and Incident Response Center and the National Public Key Infrastructure. The two projects are expected to deal with cybercrime and enhance e-commerce in the country.
The highly anticipated Phantom Z device has landed. TECNO Mobile, a brand under Transsion Holdings, has raised its profile as a major player in the market following the launch of the new device that runs on the Android 4.4 KitKat platform.
Forget any idea you might have about a smartphone because we are about to revolutionize how Kenyans interact with mobile technology. At least that is what TECNO Mobile is telling us with the recent unveiling of the much-anticipated TECNO Phantom Z. TECNO Mobile under Transsion Holdings has raised its profile as a major player in the smartphone market following the launch of its highly anticipated device. The Phantom Z runs on the Android 4.4 KitKat platform and will provide cutting-edge features geared towards optimizing user experiences and is positioned to compete against other comparable smartphones in the market such as the Samsung Galaxy S5.
And now comes the moment we all have been waiting for as we reveal our most anticipated smartphone of the year. We are proud of this remarkable device that inspires and excites its users. Kenya is the first market where Phantom Z is being launched. And it will be available in the outlets from mid-July.
CIO News caught up with Arif Chaudhary, Vice President Transsion Holdings, under which TECNO Mobile is a brand. Accompanying him was Finbar Moynihan, General Manager Corporate Sales International Media Tech.
TECNO has been an African brand because for us, we never tried to bring something which was made for other market and try to sell in Africa. So Africa has been our key focus since beginning, and when we started selling products, we focused on the feature phone because we looked at the market scenario at that time, and we estimated the general income and the basic requirements of the consumers, like Kenyans or like Africans. So what will be the requirements? So we felt for the price segment, the feature they will be looking for, I'm talking about 7-8 years back. So at that time, if you talk for smartphones, the cost was very high. So we wanted to bring something, affordable product. The first, mobile phone was the means of communication, only to make calls and send SMS. So we wanted to fulfill that demand of the local people, not only to show that we have big smartphones which maybe 10% people in it cannot afford. So we didn't focus that one. But now the market has changed. Now we can expect a smartphone or at around $50. So a smartphone now can reach and hit the mid-level people, which was not possible 2-3 years back.
I mean, I think so. If you go back to 2006, I think nobody would have predicted the success that TECNO has had. But it's obviously, I think there was something about the vision for the two companies, the style of the two companies. Probably there was a good fit. I think, as Arif said, like TECNO, I think from the very start cared a lot about quality of the products that they were delivering and putting in place all of the things that were necessary to deliver that quality to the customer, from the product to the after-sales service, the service centers, the whole chain. And also cared strongly about delivering, good performance products at prices that were appropriate for the market, right? So again, that sort of balance of price and performance. That's very consistent with MediaTek's mission across the whole company. So I think from the start there was probably a very good cultural fit between the two companies, and at least in my experience I find when companies' missions are very aligned, that's usually when good things happen for the partnerships. If the company missions are going in different directions, it's always a struggle, right? But I suspect that chemistry was there from the start, which probably helped build the relationship and helped it grow over the years.
With a winning combination of technology and affordability, the phone also comes with a dual camera complete with a fast dual flash camera, which allows you to take the best selfies ever.
Convenience reinvented. Meet the watch that will supplement your smartphone usage pretty nicely. It provides notification that will come in exactly as they come into the phone, and they reside at the bottom of the interface until you swipe up to reveal them. Our reporter has more.
LG's G Watch may have a more simple industrial design than the Android Wear watches from Samsung and Motorola, but with a user experience so emphatically focused on the Android Wear OS itself, fashion aesthetics may not matter quite so much. The Google I/O keynote, Android Wear is all about serving snippets of contextual information that respond to external signals like your schedule, your location, the weather, and other data points that deem interesting.
G Watch from LG. It's the first Android Wear smartwatch I've ever played with, and I want to show you some of my favorite features. So first of all, you can calculate tips with it. So I'll simply say, okay Google, what is 20% of 152? And voila, it's 30.4. It's a good thing I didn't ask for 15% because then everyone in public would know that I'm a bad tipper. Another cool feature is you can search for local businesses. Okay Google, where is the nearest Starbucks? And there it is, it's Starbucks. It gives me a star rating, it even tells me the phone number so I can call directly. The G Watch also has an accelerometer, so you could say, okay Google, show me my steps. And voila, they appear. I've got more than 1,000 and I am gearing to do more.
The system doesn't boast a traditional home screen like you'd find on a phone or a tablet. Instead, Google's new wearable OS serves notifications and Google Now alerts on cards that take over the watch face. Thanks to a built-in microphone, you can reply to Hangouts messaging with voice replies. Information slips in, information slips out, and everything you would otherwise see on your phone has been reformatted and reconsidered for teeny tiny watch displays.
Of course, we're not supposed to text while we drive, but the G Watch and other Android Wear watches can send you text messages directly to the watch face. It's a simple matter of reading the text, hitting reply, and then voicing your reply through the Google Now speech recognition engine. Another cool feature is the memo taking feature. It's really simple. You say, okay Google, take a note. You voice what you want to save, and whatever you voiced gets sent over to email. It's a really cool resource for when you want to capture those random ideas you have throughout the day.
Adil Youssefi needs little introduction, being the new CEO at Airtel Kenya. We caught up with him at the Airtel offices, and this is what he had to say.
I am a telecom professional. I'm an engineer by education. Okay. Obviously you have my profile and you know what I have done in terms of my career, right? I'm a Moroccan, born and raised in Casablanca in Morocco. and I'm really driven by one thing: is really making a positive impact around me, be it in my professional life, in my personal life, with my family, with my friends, with my colleagues, with my and with my partners. So that's really what drives me. Well, I started in as a supplier to the telecom business, okay, with the Philips Consumer Electronics, where basically we were preparing and providing set-top boxes for digital TV operators. And one of our clients were the big telcos in Europe and in the US. They were providing their services through IP to their customers. So from there, I went to work for British Telecom in London. That's why I landed into the telecom space, and then from there I went to work for the telecom operators. Well, there are quite a few changes, and some people are saying that we are currently undergoing one of the major revolutions actually in humankind history. The phone, when we started with, was more for voice, to call, to SMS, to get entertained through some music. So those were the big basic services at the time. But now with the explosion of data, with the fact that speeds are much faster now, the fact that content is much richer, much wider, and much more relevant to people in their local languages, in their local tastes, etc., makes the internet revolution a real one. And we see conversions happening actually across several industries. And the platform that's enabling this conversion is the telecom industry. And as a big example here is obviously Kenya has been at the forefront of mobile financial services, and this is a conversion that is happening currently between the telco world and the mobile and the financial services world, and that's being enabled by the industry. I must say that the regulator and the people concerned with the industry have been extremely helpful and supportive of this issue. Obviously, they're aware of this issue, and some current indications, we see that there is really an intention and there are some actions that are being implemented to actually help Airtel, but also other players in the industry, compete and be on a level playing field with the dominant player. It's a beautiful success story. I think Kenya and the business community can be really proud, and also the Kenyan people can really be proud about the fact that mobile financial services are really a fact of life here, and we have the highest penetration in the world, right? Kenya can also boast one of the highest penetration of internet in Africa. I think Kenya has also one of the highest penetration of social media usage and the like. So the industry has a lot to be proud of, and also all the stakeholders of the industry have a lot to be proud of. I hope that the players in the industry will keep their eyes focused on the ball and keep their concerns on the fact that they need to fuel innovation in this industry. They need to help create an environment where there is a healthy competition, where small players can invest and can compete for their right share of the market, where app developers, content developers, small players that want actually to use this ecosystem to innovate can have the space to do so. And that's very key. Otherwise, this industry cannot go forward, and unfortunately, maybe some other markets will overtake us. So that's something that I really. Well, it's really about impacting a difference and really a positive, having a positive impact for hopefully the Kenyan telecommunication market, the Airtel organization, and my colleagues, right? So that's a big focus for me. There is huge potential in this market. We have brilliant people, motivated people that have huge energy. We have a brilliant environment and ecosystem where we have a lot of innovators that are very eager to be able to have the right to use the ecosystem of the industry. So making sure that we can create a catalyst and a platform for all these people to reach their potential so that we can actually delight our customers is something that They can really expect to continue receiving innovative services, right, such as the Airtel Money Visa card, such as our packages for internet and voice, etc. They can expect to receive even more innovative services that are really tailored to their needs. And they can expect to hear much more about Airtel. They can expect to see Airtel growing and Airtel being a really alternative, a choice for them, the good choice for them. That's what they can expect.
Thank you for tuning in to our CIO News of the Week. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. I've been your host, Julie Elizabeth.